Welcome back to V-Rule. Today is Sunday, December 1st, and we are looking at the card market, the Pokemon card market slipping down in price, whether it's sealed product or single cards. Mostly we find single cards, but today we have some surprising sealed product going down in price. Let's dive in. We're starting out hot here, Evolving Skies booster packs. Now, we saw that influx from those $15 tins for the Walmart Black Friday deal, and quite a few Evolving Skies coming out on the market. People are turning them into cash. They're listing them, getting them sold off, whether it's eBay or TCG Player. TCG Player is a good market watch because it ends up taking a view of things going on in the market. It's a really trustworthy interface, I guess, to be able to interact on and purchase from. You have the seller ratings and things like that, but we can see on these trends that a lot of packs have been selling and the price has been coming down. It's not a race to the bottom. However, it is a race downward to make sure that whoever's listing can sell them right now for the most money possible before it dips even lower. Now, I discussed this yesterday, but I believe it's going to be about a 2-week swing here. I think we're going to see a couple weeks, and after that, it's just going to bounce right back. Even still, look, that race to the bottom, it's slowing down big time. It hit a wall, and it's bouncing around, even ticking up a few pennies. But the reality is we're going to see a slowdown right here, and then it's going to drive back up. It might take a couple weeks to get us back to that $18 a pack, where right now we're sitting about $15. The sleeved packs, however, are an interesting indicator because while this is, yes, a booster pack in a sleeve pack, that is a different product. It is a different value, and that's why it has a higher price point, because there's another added layer of protection. This, too, drove the price down just because of pack availability. You're competing with those loose packs, so you have to bring it down just to compete. Although we're seeing a little tail leveling off a little bit. Again, we're going to be in that 2-week time frame here. Additionally, and less spoken about because Evolving Skies is such a big one, Chilling Reign has the same dilemma, the same situation, where the prices are coming down, they're starting to level off only after a few days here, and then it's going to go back up. And the reason being is these were also a part of those tins. Similarly to Fusion Strike, the loose packs and the sleeved blisters are in the same boat, moving the same direction, and they're going to follow the trend of Evolving Skies as well because they're in the same predicament right now. Fusion Strike also not as many happening, so the sleeve blisters did not go that direction, but the loose packs did, and they're a little bit more chaotic here because we're only talking difference of pennies between them, so it's going to move a little bit more wildly when or view that way when really we've seen 462 and now we're at 448. Not a big swing in price over a 3-month period as it is, but this little shot down here was because of those tins and how the market is settling. A lot of focus on modern. Now Target went ahead and did those ETBs, and I wanted to see if there was some sort of effect downstream of those coming out, flooding the market. $20 in ETB. Yeah, you're picking up for 20. You want to sell it off and make a little bit. Well, yeah, it did come down a little bit, a few dollars actually. So people are still holding steady here because a lot of people who wanted them couldn't even get them. There was very few available out there. I mean, you're talking 6 per Target store if you were able to get there. So not a huge surge to the market. However, a lot of them coming in. People are going to be going between opening them, trying to sell them off, and then storing them because they got in at such a low price. So you're not going to see a huge push for this. Where Evolving Skies, it's almost foolish to open it, okay? $3 pack when you break out that $15 tin and the way they were coming out. $3 pack, good opportunity to take advantage of opening it because you're not going to probably have the opportunity to be opening $25 packs when it comes down to it, but they are listed at that market value. So if you could sell them, you would make the money, or you have an opportunity to open them, but there were so many that came out there. I mean, I had one commenter saying they got over 100 individual Evolving Skies packs just off of that deal. I mean, that's a lot of tins, but they ended up getting that. So pretty wild stuff. Lost Origin loose packs. Now, people could open these up and go for loose pack sales. Perhaps they would do that. I don't know if that means they're weighing them. I don't know if that means they're trying to sell off all the contents inside and make as much money as possible for the whole entirety of that ETB, or it just happens to line up that Sword and Shield's on the downswing with their loose packs. I don't know, but we are seeing a little dip here. Again, we're talking a quarter or so. It's not much, but when you're under the $5 range, you don't have a lot of movement anyways. Brilliant Stars, another one that we saw in that position there. The ETBs are not going down. However, the loose packs are starting to fall down, and a little bit surprisingly so into how much over the past 3 months that it's come down, 4.25% in the past 3 months from its high here of $4 down to $3.60. It's not a big movement, but we're talking per pack here, and when you do per pack price, those pennies are the difference makers on where you buy usually. Astral Radiance, we did have the Elite Trainer box in the similar position. This one actually crashed down, but look at the sales behind it. There are so many right there that everybody was picking them up for the best deal they could. And now we start to see this little bit trend happening where there's a lot of pickups as of late. And I don't know if it's because of the opportunity, the prices are coming down, fine, it's a good time to buy, or if there's something a little bit more sinister, market manipulation going on or something like that, where we're not seeing a lot of sales happening going on 1, 3, 8, 3, 7, 4, 7, like just a few here and there, and then it jumps up to 9, but then we shoot straight up to almost 30. So interesting how we're seeing some of those trends happening here. This one, pack price was climbing up, but we did see a little dip down. Is that related to the surge of these ETBs coming out of the market? I don't know. Is it really just the tail end there? Only a couple days, really? A few days? Yeah, I mean, it's right there in time for when these hit the market for it to come back down a little bit. But it's not a huge movement. It's just something to note here. Pikachu, one of the few that are actually coming down a little, and even still, it's just following some recovery in this path because we've ticked up another almost $15 here. A little bit more, I guess. Yeah, we've ticked up a little bit on the tail end here, but we are in that recovery zone. This was our baseline for whatever reason, and people thought that was a little much. Spiked up to that $600 mark, and now it's going to recover down in that $450, $460 range for a little while before we see another shift. But the purchase behind it, 19 there, 9 there, now 3, that's going to slow things down, and this price will have to recover a little bit. So if you stop buying at these prices, folks, it's going to have to cool off a little bit. Less sales equals price reduction. All right? The market will decide. So if you keep buying them at these prices, we're going to all see them go up at these prices. Yes, if you're buying them, you want it to go up. I get that. But if you want to buy, wait. And if everybody's waiting, it's going to help everyone in pulling the market price down a little bit, and get it down as much as you can. I don't know if we'll ever see this at $300 again. It seems unlikely given the trend of where it's been and what it's doing now. So pretty wild stuff there. That Pikachu's kind of blowing my mind with prismatic evolutions on the horizon, and that one going to be a big hitter. I don't know. Before we jump beyond this, we're already on the Hydreion here, but before we jump into that, let's jump over to this. I'm doing a giveaway, the Pokemon 151 poster collection, going out to 1 lucky winner, 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks, and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots, going out to 8 winners overall. All we got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. We are going on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Once we reach that, I'm going to go back over to this video here, and I'm going to pull the winners from that video's comments. So make sure you leave a comment on that video, link in description below on where to get to that video for easy access, and make sure you leave that comment so you are entered. Let's jump back in. Not a whole lot of movement on these things. This was the big down slope coming down. It's actually looking like it almost is headed for a recovery, but we're talking pennies on that one. So it's a couple bucks. It's not really much here. Let me try to tighten this up. Yeah, it's really just reflecting the huge spike in sales there, 30 versus 2, and then on the back end 3. So people are like, wait, we want it, and then it shot up. No, we don't. We'll wait. We'll wait till it comes back down here, less, and you see that quick turn. So kind of easy to predict where things are going just because of these charts being so accurate and so helpful. Alolan Executor EX there, really cool artwork, a lot of great coloring, really love that one. Sub $50 for the most part. Same kind of story here. It looks like it was coming down pretty well, stabilizing, finding its market. Big shoot up here. Again, this goes back to that earlier statement of a big spike in sales recently. I don't know where it came from, why. A little time off from work, you got money to spend, I don't know what it is, but a big spike up in sales recently on many of these cards here. We have our illustration rare, probably one of the better artworks from the set. Definitely interesting. Big shot down. That's our quick recovery from the FOMO stage. And then it's just been stabilizing, but ticking downward. A little bit of swing up. But again, that spike in sales there. 70 items sold versus 12 or prior 17. So right before is, yeah, it's 17. Okay. I just want to make sure. I like the graph. I like the little chart here. However, when you start moving around and it's got this, it needs to like pop up over here or something, just so it's not right on your mouse, and you can end up seeing the chart underneath, knowing exactly where you're aiming on it. So little fix would be nice from TCG Player. We'll see if they ever get to that. Terapagos, whatever you want to say, however you say it, doesn't matter. It's practically the new Rayquaza as far as pronunciation. And we have this one just trending down, but that big spike at the end, a lot of sales. Interesting. Will that trend it back up? Will that push the market in another direction? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Looks like the sales, the prices here, the offerings are sitting on that same price point, about $77, just a little bit more maybe. So it's kind of in keeping with that. If sales slow down, we'll see it come down even further. That's just how it works. The market decides. If you buy, then the price is going to start going up to accommodate for that. The willingness to purchase means the price needs to go up. If there's a big dry spell in who's buying, people are going to want to sell. They're going to get a little bit more desperate. They'll take the price down and take the hit a little bit. Here we go again. Another illustration rare. Well, sorry, special illustration rare going on the Hydrapple EX. Cool artwork for sure. Very interesting textures and patterns and all that stuff. But we're down to that $34 mark there. Kind of in the leveling off phase of that one. Still on Stellar Crown with Lacey here. A lot of chaos in the artwork here. Really like that one. It's been a pretty steady decline. These are the graphs I like. The FOMO price, don't buy it. Set releases, then you understand it's going to tank. It comes down to earth, and then the market starts deciding, how easy is this to get? Is it really that exciting? Do we really want it? But this big sales spike on the end, almost 70 items sold there versus sub 20 before. Pretty crazy. I don't get what's going on there, why these big spikes in amounts of sales are happening right at the end here on these graphs. So very recently, these are taking off. The gold card of the big turtle, there we go, coming down and in its lowest here. Could this come under $20? Is that happening soon? We'll have to see. It looks like there's potential that there are a couple available for less than 20 on the gold. But again, it's the gold card, and we do have, I think that promo that came out with the new UPC has an EX, a full art Terapagos EX. So something to think about. I don't know if you want to go with the gold or get the promo and you do the other packs. I don't know. Shrouded Fable, not getting a lot of love, not getting a lot of conversation, but I thought it'd be nice to pull one out of here because it's kind of similar trend across the board with the entire set here. Cassiopeia still on that downswing. Do you remember when this first came out? Do you remember how crazy it was at $200? There was, okay, it's not showing it, but it was sitting around $200 in those early days. So we'll see here. 50 is another high point, and now we're down to that $48 mark. So I think this is actually getting to that decent pickup range because it's a pretty darn cool artwork. A lot of interesting things going on, a lot of nice colors, good textures, good layering, interesting storytelling in this one. But it was no $100 card. It was no $50 card. We're getting into that range where, okay, I could see it. It's got some legs there. Twilight Masquerade booster box. This was a little bit of a surprise here. Coming down a little bit because we were seeing it in that 165 range. 167 looks like. Wow. And we've come back down to 155. Now, here's the deal. You get a set like Surging Sparks to compete. As far as normal sets, big sets, people want it. People want to put their collection dollars there. Are you going to go spend $200 on Surging Sparks booster box? Or are you going to put $160 over in Twilight Masquerade? Well, the $40 difference, I think it's obvious that Surging Sparks has the better set, the better cards, the better potential. So that'd probably be the better investment. Am I spending this kind of price on a booster box as it is? Not if I can help it, my goodness. No thank you. I don't want to be spending that more in the $100 range kind of price for a booster box, and hopefully getting in on it early if you can. So nice to see it coming down a little bit, along with some of the cards here. Carmine taking a dip down, a little recovery on the end, but again, following in a big spike of purchases as of late. Interesting. Perrin, same story, coming down a little spike at the end, a lot of purchases here on the end. Now, is that because everybody's seeing this and going, oh man, we've hit the floor, we got to buy it now before it's too late, and then they go ahead and it starts coming up? Could be, but it's just a little bit weird that all of these cards, all of these products, all of them that have been having that same trend at the same time, are people really dishing out thousands of dollars across all of these and making multiple purchases? I don't know. Or is it just so happen that these are last pickups for a lot of people, so they're grabbing them on the bottom and it's just trending together, and the market really does move in that wave. Lastly, and different set here, one we're all loving and excited about and really mad when we can't get it. Prices don't help on this one. You see it on a shelf, you better grab it. If it's there at all, it's not there for long. Pokemon 151. Not only is Charizard coming down, here, but we saw Venusaur push above Blastoise. We're seeing other things happen in this set that are interesting. So it was a good path down from that 220 mark down to 180. Okay, came up a little bit. Now it's coming back down to recover. So we'll see where this goes. It's basically a $200 card if you want to be real about it, because we have, that's our lowest listing. All right, but the market's saying it's right there, $200. So yeah, I guess if it was 218 before, it'll probably be there again soon. So one to watch for sure. Maybe you just go ahead and pull it. Maybe you take it right out of this box here, because I'm giving it away. The Pokemon 151 poster collection going out to one lucky winner. You want to go hunt for that Pikachu? I'm also giving away 2 3-pack boosters of Surging Sparks and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. Not too shabby if you ask me, for clicking a few buttons and writing a few letters. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the channel. You're going to have to go back a little bit earlier in the video. It wasn't the beginning, but somewhere in the middle, about how to enter for sure. Read the description below. I'm not really trying to hide anything. I just want to make sure you have the opportunity and you know where to go. And don't forget to hit the bell, because I post 7 days a week. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.